Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense. In this video, we're going to be writing standard form numbers, or we also call them number form, and we're going to convert them into expanded form. And I'll also explain to you why we would want to do that. Before we get started, let me review the different forms of numbers. We have standard form, which we can also consider number form. Then we also have word form, and obviously it's words, 136, and expanded form. That's when we stretch it out and we add the values together. Here's an example. I have the number 365 in standard form. You want to remember that word standard. You're going to hear that a lot, and it's just simply numbers, right? In number form, but just make sure you understand that. That's a word that you want to make sure you remember. Word form's pretty obvious. It's also called written form. They're written into words, 365. And then we have expanded form, which makes sense as well. You're expanding, you're stretching it out and showing all the values, 300 plus 60 plus 5. Why would we want to know this? Can you think of anywhere that people use this? Well, probably not. Adults usually will not use it. We usually expand our numbers to help people learn the value of numbers. You need to know your place value. You need to know the value of the number. And for those of you that are older, you know that you could take the number 6 and put it in different places, and it has a different value. And it's really important to know those values. So each digit, depending on what place it's in, has a different value, and that helps you to understand that. It helps you to read large numbers easier because it's stretched out, and then you can see it. It just makes more sense. It's not all jumbled up. Sometimes you can use it to estimate and check out your answers. You can add and subtract large numbers with fewer mistakes. There's no mistakes if you really sit there and look at that value of those numbers. And it prepares you for multiplication, division, decimals, and algebra. So it's more for a student to really help them have a good grasp of numbers and what their values are. I'm going to give you an example. Here's a story problem. You own a store and you sell 5,442 items. That's a big number. The standard form looks just like this. You might even say normal form, right? Normal form, standard form, number form. It looks just like this. When I expand it out, it just gives me a better understanding with the value. I take each number and I look at the place value that it's in, and then I stretch it out. The 5 is in the thousands place, so the value of that 5 in that place is 5,000. The 4 is in the hundreds place. The value of that 4 in that place is 400. The other 4 is in the tens place, so that value is 40, and then the 2 is in the twos place. The value is 2, and it's all stretched out. We expand it. Let's go through the steps and then we'll practice. The first thing you want to do is read the number that's in the standard form, 7,354, and then give each one of them a place value. When we practice, I'm actually going to use a place value chart. Use that if you can't remember, okay? It's there to help. The 7's in the thousands place. The 3 is in the hundreds place. The 5 is in the tens place, and the 4 is in the ones place. Well, then therefore, since the 7 is in the thousands place, the value of the 7 is actually 7,000. Okay. The 3 being in the hundreds place, the value of that 3 is 300. Then we have the 5. It's in the tens place. 5 in the tens place means the value of that 5 then is 50. And then the 4 is in the ones place, and it's still valued at 4. Now we put them together with plus signs. We have 7,000 plus 30 plus 50 plus 4. And that's what expanded form is, just expanding those numbers. All right, we're going to do one together. I'm using a place value chart. And I'm simply going to take those numbers and place them into the chart to help me, just because sometimes some of us don't have that memorized yet, just looking at the number, and it helps to put it in a chart. So the 3 is in the hundreds place, the 6 is in the 10, and the 2 is here. So now I'm going to write them out. 7,000 plus 300 plus 60 plus 2. And that is the number in expanded form. On the next 2 slides or pages, I want you to go ahead and solve this. Pause your video, solve it, and then come back, and then I'll go walk through it with you. Now this one you notice is just 398. Here's where it would be easy for us to mess up. Right away, we might want to put that 3 right here in the first place. Remember, it's in the hundreds place, 398. If you can read your numbers, read it, and that'll help you know where to start. 398. And then we give each number its value according to the place that it's in. So 300 plus 90 plus 8. I bet you got that one, right? Good for you. All right, this one, the number is 6,104. I want you to put it in the place value chart and then write it out in expanded form. 6,104 or 104. And then we're going to write it out in expanded form. 6,000 plus 100. I wonder what you did with that 0. Some of you probably thought you needed to put a 0 there, but you don't. In this case, you do not need a placeholder. You just say add 4. 0 has no value. There are no tens. Don't put it in the expanded form. When we write these big numbers into expanded form, which one do you think is easier to understand, to the value? Like you might say, well, it's easier to read the first one, but do you really understand the value as well as you understand this one? What this does, it just makes it easier for us to understand numbers, especially when we're learning how to do math, right? You're not going to see adults using this because they already understand the value of their numbers, and especially when they get bigger. So for you right now, this just makes it easier for you and makes you stronger in your understanding of place value. And that's why we need to understand expanded form.